Hello everybody and welcome back to WoW Mods, and this time around we're finally doing the little walkthrough through restored Stromgarde. For those of you who have sort of been noticing that sometimes I'll say Stormguard instead of Stromgarde, I feel I'm just gonna always probably say Stromgarde or Stormguard instead of Stromgarde, but whatever. But anyways, here we are. And so, first of all, I want to talk about the wall. The wall I did not touch, mainly because it is one entire piece, so there's not just swapping out areas. And the other reason is I didn't want this to be completely brand new without character. Them I wanted there to be some sort of history to this. So even like these small palisades like on the outside and scaffolding to sort of like tell you that the city's under reconstruction is what I was going for. So we go here underneath the bridge and we come right in front of the citadel. We're gonna go to the west. Let's see, is that the west or the? I think this is the east district. And I'll sort of tell you what the idea is all about. So this area is very narrow, so houses and buildings were kind of a no-no, really, so to speak. Here we have Adam Eternum, champion of Stromgarde, and we have Cecile, the Alliance tamed lion. So some familiar NPCs that have been around WoW that are now in the city. This, I believe, was going to be a general goods store. Oh, Shizen. Sorry about that. In fact, I'm just turning that off. Right. So, we have here, this is what's probably going to be a magic or enchanting shop. As you can see, I sort of like set it up that way with a bunch of, interesting area apropos magical knickknacks. And of course, Stormgarde Magus. And this is going to be probably just a generic either armor shop or weapon shop, or maybe it'll be both. 2 NPCs, one selling armor, one selling weapons. That's what that's going to be. So once we go in here, we go into sort of the west area of the West Park, so to speak. And it's this mound which has these... are they monoliths? But the same as the rest of the region, which sort of like brings back a history of what's on the outside and what's here. I will have some NPCs that'll be a park keeper, which will pretty much look like the cemetery keepers, and they'll just be walking around. And it's an area, I think, where there's like this loose sort of spirituality, almost like a primitive aspect of what this society was. And over here, there's this house, which is, for the time being, just pretty standard. Nothing really remarkable. We have here some separation that goes to the back, and we're going to go ahead and just do a little walk around. So in the back, you also have like a little dining area with 4 tables and some trees. Potential for some more secluded RP engagements, if that's what you're up to. If you go, there's certain cities where there will be some of the... Oh, there you go. Like, if you go into the wrong part of the city, you might get attacked by the Syndicate NPCs. So there's still going to be like an aspect of danger to the city, not maybe being careful what alleys that you're going into. And whatnot. All right, so once we're there, I think you know what? Let's skip the Citadel. We'll leave the Citadel for last. We're gonna go and do a quick tour on the inside as well. Things here haven't really changed all that much. Perhaps some details with the moss. You will see that there is some moss details that have been placed around the city as well. I think it works really well. It matches the zone and gives it a little bit more richness. Right, so all of this you had seen before, the sort of stables, the barracks, and here you have the chapel. Again, some moss details that have been added in, but aside from that, it's pretty much what it used to be. You have the troll axes with weapons, troll masks with weapons in them, and all that guff. And so that, I think it works really well with the way that the layout of the city is. We have sort of these long roads that you need to get to these important areas or enclaves of the map, which really give it a feeling of it being another city. And I think it comes across that it's not a city like Stormwind, but it's definitely a city, and it has its own culture and attitude to it as well, which is what I was hoping to get at. Right, so here we come to this area, and you can see the workers here are just hammering away at everything. And there's going to be a dungeon area here. Now, this dungeon area is going to be kind of like a Defias... it's going to be kind of like a Defias lair, so to speak. So there will be elements of this dungeon that will be taken over by the city, but then there will be other elements of these caves that will be under like syndicate control. There might be some mining resources in here as well, just to motivate people to come down here. So I'll think about like what resources, what mineable, interesting mineable resources we can put down in there. And have that work out. So it's great that we have that little like dungeon area inside the perimeters of the city. And now we're coming into what's the larger part of the lower city, where there's still a lot of work to be done. Like, this area is very bland. It's just generic. There isn't all that much to look at. These are sort of like prison cells. I'm probably going to add like a hay bale, some dishes, and some stuff for like just a basic prison setup in there, which I'll get to that eventually. We've got some stairs that's leading to the back part of the city. We've got some houses here. I'm just trying to go ahead and give you all just a quick run through. We have like a pretty set up little external kitchen there. What else? Let's see. What else what else do we want to take a look at here? We're definitely going to take a look right here at the mill. Oh, sorry about that. Let me just take care of this situation. Just getting a little bit of just some odd messages right now. It's a little bit annoying. Right. So pretty much it's all been redone, this entire area. There's, little details. You can see some moss details like on the walls. I think it all looks very, very, very nice. We're just going to continue going up the ladders, and I'm going to take you down to the port, and then we will sort of teleport ourselves into the city itself. So as we walk down here, this is sort of like a very steep drop. You can see this entrance / exit / gate is being worked on. You got a very strong straight slope that comes down this way, and that sort of like winds its way down to the port that I have made for Stromgarde. There are some things that I still need to fix, but for the time being, like, there needs to be more people obviously in these docks, and there needs to be a bit more movement with NPCs. That goes without saying. But yeah, here we have one of these boats, which you will probably recognize as being an older and smaller model of boat, and that's on purpose because I didn't want Stromgarde, which is not known for having a huge navy, for having, huge advanced ships. It has a ship, probably, more smaller ships like the other one there, where it does trades, where it has, it makes use of its port. So I think that was an interesting. All the whatchamacallits, the ogres have been moved to that area. I think I might have shown you that in a previous video, or maybe not. The trolls have been moved on this area, and some of the syndicate have also been moved a bit further out. But I need to work on that a little bit more, and then maybe I'll show you what that external camp looks like. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to fly to the entrance of the citadel, and we'll take it from there. All right, so we're here. We're here at the foot of the citadel, and we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna, have a nice little gander. I'm not gonna take you inside the building because the building is pretty much the same as any standard structure. There isn't something really interesting to know in there or any NPCs that have been set. We've got some stables here, of course, some things to put people into punishment if they've been, bad or traitorous. We've got some just, little homes along the way. And then we come into this sort of like park area. This is Trolls Rock. Trolls Rock was... I sort of thought about this idea, and this is sort of like me fleshing out zones and making interesting areas, where Troll Rock was a monument of a troll tribe that used to exist on this spot. And as Stromgarde was built, it was kept. The monument was kept, and it was placed here, and it was draped with the flag of Stromgarde, and later on an axe placed upon it, sort of like indicating humans' conquering of this land. It's a very sort of like odd sort of like nationalistic, but something that you could see that a militaristic nation or a militaristic people could definitely, be into. So we got a fountain there, we got some trees, we got some, general stuff with the castle over there in the background. And once we come in here, this is something that I did item by item. So it's a bit of a haul. It's a bit of a haul where you might hold court, where you might have a party and whatnot. I was thinking about the possibility of changing the drapes to red. I might do it, I might not do it. It's, sometimes you ask yourself whether or not it's worth it. If you guys think it's worth it and you want me to put in some red drapes in there, yeah, I'll make a new file and I'll put in some red Stromgarde drapes in there. But yeah, that's it for the time being. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna activate flying, and we'll just take a look at the city from above as I start saying goodbye. So this is my version of restored Stromgarde. There are some elements, obviously, that could be looked at, like the house that's on the tower there, dining room areas in the back. There's a lot of detail. There's like that room over there, that tent over there, sort of like a royal tent. There's a lot of like little details. So I'll just slowly pan around and give you guys a chance, give all of you a chance to just look around, get a sort of like feel for what the area is from different angles, and sort of enjoy it for what it is. And I think, I don't know what we're going to be doing next week, but should be interesting. So I guess that'll be it for now. So until then, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough. I'm happy that you liked the format for the last video. More videos like that will come. More videos with me working on Nogget, full speed will come. And more walkthroughs will also come your way. So until next time, everybody, take it easy. Bye-bye.